Hey y'all, welcome back. This is 3.2. This is Lewis dot diagrams. So now we're going to take our Bohr diagrams and go one step further and we're going to use Lewis dots. This should actually shorten our process, but let's see what we got here. So we're going to start with our definition of Lewis dot diagrams. And Lewis dot diagram uses dots to illustrate or to show or model valence electrons. And if you remember from yesterday or the day before or whenever you took notes over Bohr models, valence electrons are outer energy electrons. Some other rules that we kind of want to get out of the way. First off, our octet rule is our octet rule has 8 valence electrons. The prefix oct, right, is 8, right? And so we're looking to get all elements are trying to get 8 valence electrons because then they have a full outer shell, which is going to make them happy, if you will. All right, there are 2 elements that only have a duet rule, which a duet is between 2 people. So we're talking about getting 2 valence electrons. And those 2 elements are hydrogen and helium. Okay. Whoa, can't spell electrons right there. Boop, boop. All right. Then we have what is called charge, and this is where we lose or gain electrons. And when we lose or gain negative charges, obviously we either become positive or negatively charged, which brings us to our cation. Our cation is a positively charged ion. And this is one that has lost electrons, right? If you lost electrons, you become positive. An anion is negatively charged. And this is gaining electrons. Okay, so how do we do this? So shrink this down a little bit. There we go. Our first step is we would need to find the number of valence electrons. So you could either do that via Bohr or the electron configuration, your choice. Place dots around the symbols to illustrate valence electrons. There is a specific way to do this. Never more than 8 electrons. If you have more than 8 valence electrons, you have done this wrong. Then we'll decide how to get to 8 electrons. Do you want to lose electrons to get there or gain them? And we'll talk about that. Our noble gases will not lose or gain because they are all full. So let's see what we got here. Our first one is we are supposed to draw the Lewis dot and figure out what charge we have. So let's look at oxygen. So using the Bohr model, if we do oxygen, right, we've got 16, 8, O, right? So we have 8 protons, 8 electrons, and 8 neutrons. Okay, so in the middle we've got 8 protons, 8 neutrons, our circle. All right. Now, if we look here, first energy level can hold 2. Second energy level can, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was rough. Let's try that again. All right. We have 6 there. All right, that gets us to our 8. So what we would do for the Lewis dot is we would put top, bottom, side to side, and then start doubling them up. So this is oxygen's Lewis dot. Now, real quickly, just to clarify, that is oxygen symbol. All right, oxygen symbol is O. That's why that's an O in the middle. You don't just use O for every single one. All right, so now, kind of reverting there, oxygen could gain 2 more electrons like that, right? If it gains 2 more electrons, that would be full, right? And so if it gains 2 electrons, it would become -2 because it would have now, instead of 8 electrons, it would have 10 electrons, which 8 minus 10 is -2. So the charge of oxygen is most likely -2. All right. Awesome. Let's see what sodium looks like. We did this one yesterday, but it's cool. We'll redo it. So we've got 23, 11 Na. All right, so 11 protons, 11 electrons currently, and 12 neutrons. Okay, my N looks a little rough. Let's see if we can fix that. All right. So in the center, 11 protons, 12 neutrons. Wow, okay, that's fun. All right, first energy level 2, second energy level 2, 4, 6. Actually, those are big enough to be seen. 8, and then 1 out there. All right, so in A's, Lewis dot is just Na with 1 dot. Remember, start at the top, bottom, side to side. There will be a girls' soccer meeting for any girls. And now, to finish this off, would NA prefer to lose 1, take away this guy, right? Or would it like to gain 7? So most likely, it wants to lose that 1, making it +1. Thanks. See you next time.